Good evening, good evening. Welcome to another episode of Apply Pressure. In the 1990s, the government created circumferences for drug dealers. By name, they are called church zones, hospital zones, school zones. And if you get caught with anything in these circumferences, the penitentiary chances enhances. Anyways, I love being in the country. I fell in love with the country, being in the country so much and seeing you could see everything. You ain't gotta be around these zones or whatever. You could stay out of the way. So just being in the country was a thing for me because I can always be on foot and I can move around a little better. I didn't need to have a car to get to something to eat. I didn't need to have a car to walk through alleys or walk across town. I can always take shortcuts or whatever, so I love the country. Anyway, I get a knock at the door one day, and it's my guy. And you done heard me call his name before because this history is a part of my history. It's Fatboy. He like, what's going on, man? I said, ain't nothing, what's going on? He was like, man, I got something for you. And it ain't his way to just pop up and say he got something for you. It just ain't his way. Not saying that he wouldn't do nothing for nobody because he have helped numerous amounts of people. He can't count it. We can't count it. He just helped a whole lot of people. But I was surprised that he came and dropped that on me like he did. But him dropping that on me, we stepped outside and I was like, hey, I'm gonna keep it in the house, so we gotta go put it down. And we went to one of, a little spot or whatever that I'm comfortable with. And he was comfortable with the spot too. Anyways, to fast forward, he said, just call me. And, when you get like 4 or 5 or 2 or 3 or whatever, and I'll just come grab it as you get it or whatever. So I said, okay, no problem, man. That's what I do. So 2 days passed, 3 days passed, and I went back to where he put that. Now, when he put that down, we didn't go in the ground. It was like the area was so bushy and so nocturnal that, it looked like you could just put something anywhere and it'll be there when you get back. It just was a beautiful place to put something at. I went back to go and retrieve something out of there. It was gone. So instantly, all I thought of was maybe he doubled back. So I said, let me take a deep breath. I stepped out, took a deep breath, went back in, stuck my hand in there. Nothing went up. So I went to moving, brushing, kicking over stuff and walking all off the groove and the paths and this and that, walking in sticker weeds, and I just couldn't find it. So I went back to the house and told my girl, got a major problem. This is a major problem. This might be something where my guy might don't speak to me again, or it might be even worse, So I went back. Me and her went back. We searched for hours. Nothing didn't turn up. So I had the privilege of going and actually calling Fat and tell him that, hey, man, did you come back and move that? And, him being how he is, he always think on the defense. After you done help so many people, you always think people out to get you. So he think like that. I think like that. The president think like that. World leaders think like that. So I wasn't uncomfortable with that. But he was an hour and 45 minutes away, and he appeared at my apartment like he was around the next corner. Now, for like 2 days, 3 days, I hadn't ate no food. I was sick. I had a bad headache. I don't know if I vomited. I can't remember because this my guy. We grew up together. His mother passed and she made me give her my word that I would look after him. So he like my brother, even though, you know, we got a lot of differences in a lot of different ways or whatever. It's like my brother, so I'm gonna protect him as much as I can. He got there. Man, what going on? We went back out there, we looked, still didn't find nothing. So the girl was telling him, look, I didn't do that. You know, he was like, yeah, man, you know, I can't trust you, man, and this and that, this something you would do or whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I was telling him, nah, bro, I wouldn't do that. So, you know, he left and he came back. And I can remember what he said. He knocked on the door. I came out of the room and he was like, hey, man, you got a pistol here? I said, yeah, I got a pistol here. He said, let me hold it, man. Somebody just tried me up the road or whatever. I knew he was lying. You know, the girl, she jumped in the middle and jumped in front of me and said, and crying and screaming, please don't give it to him. He gonna shoot you and this and that or whatever. I went in the room, got it, cocked it back, took it off safety. I handed it to him. And he can vouch for this. He looked at me. He looked at the fire. I opened my arms, standing right in front of him, like I was on the crucifix. I opened my arms. He looked at me. He turned around and walked away. I went in the room, laid down and slept for about a whole day. So the next day, my girl's sister came to the house, knocking on the door frantically. Boom, 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 boom. So I said, man, who that is out there knocking on the door like that? So she like, hold on, let me see. It was her sister. She came in and said, hey, our brother said that some dogs found a whole bunch of work. He worked for the forestry division. Some dogs found a whole bunch of work, some hunting dogs that be walking through them pathways, found a whole bunch of work. And the guy worked with their brother.